class. This week, we're going to begin our learning in earnest. So thank you to everyone who contributed to our welcome discussion forum for stopping in, introducing yourself, meeting your classmates, and participating there. Thank you also to all of you who read through the syllabus, posted any questions you had to our Ask and Answer discussion forum, and started working with your wiki/portfolio that is ready and waiting for you on our Blackboard site. This week, we begin this discussion about ISD and in particular the ADDIE model. ADDIE, for those of you who don't know, stands for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation. And it is the most common and the most foundational model in all of ISD. There are lots of models in ISD and many more being added every year. And we'll do some research and work learning more about other models. But ADDIE is really the simplest, probably the most common, and it's the one that we will be using here in 602. As you can see, we have a lot of reading to do this week, but let's start at the top. We have this week's weekly presentation on YouTube. You're listening to it or watching it now, so thank you for that. You're also going to go in and post to the discussion forum called Why I'm Here, a variation on your welcome discussion forum, and we'll go take a look at the prompts for that in just 1 second. All of the readings for you this week are provided to you either as PDFs that are loaded into the course materials folder or hyperlinks that you can read from the syllabus here or also through our course materials folder. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, every week in your course materials folder, all of your content is loaded in the same sequence as it displays on your assignments calendar. So the first thing we'll be doing this week is posting to the Why I'm Here discussion forum. This is a little bit more specific than your basic welcome and intro. What we're looking for here is really what led you to this course. A lot of you have already offered that. We have encore careerists among us. We have folks who are looking for the graduate degree. We have folks who are enrolled in the certificate program, folks who are taking this as an elective. But tell us really like what led you to this course and what shaped your decision to pursue a course or a career in instructional systems design. Then tell us what you think the required KSAs or the knowledge, skill, and abilities are to be a successful designer. And then what types of jobs or positions you're hoping to pursue as a result of your learning experience here. This is a really important post because this post combined with what you already contributed on your welcome forum become the becomes the source data or like the raw material that we will be using when we do our population analysis. So do take time to thoughtfully answer all of those prompts and anything else related to this discussion of why I'm here that you want us to know. Then you can move into the required reading. You can see that all of the PDFs are loaded for you here. There are hyperlinks out to articles that are on the web that I selected for you. And there's also one reading inside of your ebook that we have all downloaded from the from the Learning Guild website. If you still don't have that, if you're not sure where to get it, I do think I loaded it for you here in week 1 as a PDF. So you can either download it as a PDF from the classroom, or you can go get your own copy by registering for a free membership or a paid membership if you like to the Learning Guild. Okay, back to week 2. So all of your readings are provided for you here. Watching the YouTube, posting in the discussion forum, doing all of the reading. It looks like a lot. These are not, every week, these are not hyper academic, heavy reading. I tried to find light, informative reading for you that's going to give you the most information that you need to get through the course without overwhelming you with really academic or very research heavy content. ISD by design is an applied practice. It's something that you will master and learn by doing. You need to have the foundational knowledge and the theory behind it, but this course is really more about reading and doing together. So you'll go into, I also recommend every week that you address your job aid. Sometimes I get a little confusion about what the job aid is, so let's just pause here for a second. The job aid is not something that you're building for someone else or as part of the course development or materials that you will be producing in this course. The job aid is for you. It's actually your capstone assignment. You submit it in the last week of the semester. And a way to think about this is sort of your advanced organizer, your quick reference, what you want to have available to you after you leave this course to remember the most important things that you learned. So this is your job aid for your instructional design journey after you leave the course. It should include all of the highlights, aha moments, best practices, things you can't afford to forget that you want to carry forward with you for your own personal development and professional profile. It's not for anybody else. It's for you, but it is your capstone assignment. So always be thinking about addressing your job aid as you're going through the content each week. Also recommend that you begin your research into KSAs or knowledge, skills, and abilities required for ISD careers. You'll see this sounds familiar or reflective back to that discussion forum prompt for the week. And this is one of your very first assignments in the course. You'll actually be going out and looking at wherever you choose, whatever source material you choose to reference. What does it take to fill or be competitive for an instructional design job in this modern workplace and market? I did add for you here the ADDIE capability model. You might want to start with that. There's all kinds of places you can look for this information, but essentially you're trying to scope out, you're trying to understand really what it takes to be a competitive entry-level, modern day instructional designer. What are the knowledge, skills, and abilities required to perform those essential functions? So that's one of your very first assignments. Following on that, we're also going to be looking at different models of instructional design. Just mentioned this to you that we're focusing on the ADDIE model here, but there's many, many more models. And you can look at as many of them as you like, but I strongly recommend that you look at some front runners, which include the Assure model, the Dick and Carey model, which should be familiar to anyone in here who is coming to ISD from a military background, and the Kemp model. There's probably like 120 more. You decide how many you can handle, but that's my recommendation, that whatever you do choose to research, that you make sure you include these big three. Okay, so you're watching a YouTube video, you're posting the discussion forum, let's take a look at it. The forum is right here waiting for you. Why I'm here, you'll see that the same prompts are listed for you, so you shouldn't have any confusion about what you're answering on this discussion forum. You have required readings provided to you either through PDFs or web links. This 10-minute ID degree is on page 3 of your ebook, which you hopefully downloaded from the week 1 course materials folder. If you didn't, you can go back and grab it, or you can register through the Learning Guild and receive a free copy of your own. You'll start thinking about your job aid. How you choose to do that is totally up to you. Some classes choose to do this as a sort of crowdsourced, which is fine. I prefer to think of this as a very personal, customized, unique learning opportunity, but however you want to complete this assignment is up to you. It is intended to capture all of the best practices across the full semester, so don't delay and begin it in week 15. You will miss a lot. Begin your research into this concept of the career of ISD, the practice and the science of ISD. What goes into that? How do you build a successful career there? What is the modern workplace looking for? What does a professional ISD do? What do they look like? Think through that, and then also begin research into your ISD models. Do just want to pull us out over to the rubrics here. A couple folks had difficulty accessing the rubrics, so I just took the link to this page and I dropped it right into the discussion forum. The Preparing for a Career in ISD assignment is linked here for you. You can go right over to this page and get a little more understanding of what this particular assignment includes. It's not technically a rubric, it's just an assignment sheet, but you can follow along here from this particular website. So a lot going on this week, a lot of reading. We're really continuing on with that preparatory work of building our baseline understanding of what ISD is. And along with that, particularly the ADDIE model. So have some fun, do the reading, begin the work. Don't delay playing around with your wiki or your portfolio. They're all out here for you. If you aren't sure how to do that, go ahead and look it up on YouTube or just start playing around. It's pretty intuitive, and I'm quite confident that you'll be able to figure it out just through trial and error. If you have any questions, of course, post them on the Ask and Answer discussion forum, and we will see you online. Let's have a great week.